Alright guys, you guys get the blue light today. It's a deep blue light. I just wanted to try something different. I don't like this camera. I just straight up don't. And she's going to have the wire next week, so we'll be back to the good camera next week. Sorry guys. Here's what it is. So give me a minute for people to get on. I am a little bit early, so who's on here right now? Is it Denise, Lori? Who's on here right now? So I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Like I said, we'll get started here in a second. Let's see here. In fact, I'll be back in 1 second. I'm gonna turn off the mic. I'm not gonna turn back on the picture thing. All right, I'll be back. All right. I guess I got one other person on here. There's only two people on here right now. Let me just wait for a second. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to give you guys my little normal Sunday message for the week. I always think it's good to start your week off with a positive mind frame. You know what I mean? I think that too many people don't want to do that. Then they have bad weeks and then they wonder why. You don't have to plan everything out to the perfect detail, but excuse me, you need to have goals every week, you know? All right, we'll screw it. Everybody can just watch it later, I guess. I guess everybody's busy. All right. Hi, my name's Gerald Phillips, owner of N.A.G.214 Gaming, and what we do here is listen and talk. As always, you know, today's Sunday. We're about to start our week. I want to give you guys a good positive message for the beginning of the week. I had a good weekend. I got another video. I'm almost done with this video actually, completing it, and so I'm getting that stuff done at the same time as doing these lives and things. Every day I get a little bit better, so forth and so on. I think it's supposed to, like, it's been a really hot here. It's been like 100 degrees here. For if you're in Dallas, Texas, or Plano, Texas, or whatever, Texas. But I think tonight it's supposed to thunderstorm, so I think the temperature's supposed to lower to about 83, something like that. Nice little temperature. So that'll be nice. But Sophie and I are kind of feeling it because we can always feel when storms come in because of the pressure. So we're a little sore today. She's tired. She's exhausted. Her work beats the crap out of her. So, but you know, last night I spent like 3 hours, like from like 1 o'clock in the morning to about 3:30 in the morning, playing this little game on my phone. And I was doing some thinking when I was doing that. And you know, I think it's important that everybody, when you start your week, you can't prepare for things. You can't go into a week going, well, I'm going to have a bad week. And even if you know that you might have a bad week, it's such a bad way to look at it. And so, and it makes it harder for you to have a good. By the way, you want to hear something funny? The name of this song is called "I Hate Mondays." That's the name of this song. I mean, that's convenient, right? But that's the point. I hate Mondays. Why do people hate Mondays? Why do people have the Mondays, as they say? It's funny to me because people will start out with that attitude, with that sort of attitude that I hate Mondays. I know that Mondays are the slowest for me because it's hard to get started, but since I pretty much work all the time, it's not as hard for me now. So I know a lot of people, they do their weekend and stuff, and so like Sophia will get up in the morning and Monday will be Monday for her, and it'll suck for her, but so I can understand that. But excuse me. Excuse me. So, instead of going into the week with, like that song suggested, I hate Mondays, you should look at it like this. Okay? This is the way I look at it. And now, as you guys know, and some people on here that are on here regularly are still getting to know me pretty well. Even Denise is still getting to know me, and so I have a but the more you get to know me, the more you realize that I have a very grounded perspective because I had nothing at one time. I don't have nothing now. Let's just be honest. I'm not rich, but what I have now is hope. Hope is so vital for your life, but the theme of this particular message today is about fight. If you have hope, then you will fight. You don't fight without hope. It's not possible. So what are you fighting for? Well, you're fighting for that next paycheck. You're fighting to get up in the mornings. So sometimes as simple as, check this out. For me, because of the way my life has gone, what I fight for is the continuation of me being able to improve myself, to be able to get better, and to be able to make sure I'm on here. That's why it's so frustrating when I get sick and things. I was so lost at one time that my hope was my next dollar. A lot of y'all don't understand that. That me and Juan, we would get excited about getting $1. That was joy for us. That's crazy, right? To go from that life and to transition into trying to be a normal, productive human being and do it despite my bipolar disorder and despite my PTSD and all the problems that I had and still have in my mind sometimes. I mean, to be honest with you, the reason why I was up at 1 o'clock in the morning last night is because I had a nightmare. Stress causes it. And that's how, unfortunately, because I am in control of my life and my mind when I'm awake for the most part, unless I've been hurting for a while and then finally I break. But check this out. Even though I still have things like that happen, how I get through it is just get through it. I know they happen. I know it. Sometimes I will have a nightmare in which I won't be able to sleep that night. And that's what happened last night. No purpose, no trigger. Not really. I mean, there was a little bit of a trigger, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But that's how I overcome those things. And so I fight. I'm a fighter. I fight. I'm not a real big fan of authority, and so if I feel like that I'm being dictated to, I'm going to fight you, even if your shit's logical. Doesn't matter. You don't come at me with authority. Don't come at me like you know what you're talking about. You explain to me why I should listen to you. I'm not just going to listen to you just because you're my friend. Doesn't matter. Because I have a problem with authority. Because I had no control over my life. One time I allowed everybody else to control my life. So I have a real problem with allowing a person to control my thoughts and my mind. So it's not that easy to just tell me they'll do this. I want to know why. See, the reason why Tanya can tell me what to do is because she does it for a living. She literally does what I want, what I need for a living. And I actually had a discussion with her, I think last night, maybe, or the other night. Yeah, last night. And we were talking about that what I have, you know, because I was telling stories and stuff. She said it made me relatable. I said, and it sells. And she goes, yep. I said, Tanya, and you're going to help me sell it. She goes, yes, I am. So Tanya's going to help me sell this message and make it right. Remember, right, not fast. And so these are my goals every day. I would make a suggestion to you, whoever you are. Whatever it is you get up for, like, you know, Lori, she goes to work every day. And she's lived a long enough life that, you know, she was a good mother. She is a good mother. She has good children, you know, grandmother, you know, she's grandmother. She doesn't have goals like that. But what me and Lori talk about, I actually have helped her with certain things. But then on top of it, I go out there and talk to her a lot. You know, she's got a lot to learn about the way the world works now. I mean, to be honest with you, and I'm trying to educate her on different things, the way things work now. Okay? And we don't agree on everything. I got frustrated with her last night. Ask her. But if she wants to have a smoke tonight, she can have a smoke tonight. I don't know if she's online right now. Lori, are you online yet? Who's online? Introduce yourself. Come on. Whoever you are. So I have goals every day, and I would suggest for you guys, whatever it is you do, like Tanya, she has her goals every day. She has what she does every day. She has things that she's supposed to do for work that she knows she has to get done. She has to get this done by Friday. She has to get this done by Thursday. Now that sounds simple. But for people like me, I've had to learn how to do that because my life was disorganized. And remember, this is called a bipolar perspective. And it's MyLIfe. That's why it's called bipolar perspective, because I'm speaking about my life, a bipolar perspective. So trying to show you this is how I think from a person that has bipolar disorder and PTSD, that we don't always think right. We don't, especially when we're messed up, when we're not getting help, when we're not doing anything, when we're not doing the ingredients and the steps, we're not doing right. Okay? So all those years where I was messing up and I was on the streets and stuff, I wasn't carrying no ingredients. I've said that many times now. I wasn't doing nothing to improve my life. I was a starry-eyed, dreamy kid. Okay? I loved science and history and math. I loved all of it, and I was good at all of it. Like literally my state tests and my federal tests that we had to take every year, I would get in the 100 to the 110 percentile at 4 out of the 5 subjects. And of course the 5th subject was English, and I can't stand that subject to this day. Do you see? To this day I can't stand English. Can't stand constructing a sentence and crap. It's so. What's the point? I never did understand. I will never understand why I should have to learn how to construct a sentence when I can actually talk to you. I never did understand the purpose of that, but I got it. People want to write and people want to be writers, but that's not me. I don't want to be a writer. I don't care. I'll let somebody write what I say. You can write stuff that I say. You can be my writer. Now hire a writer. Like I won't write a autobiography. I'll have someone else do it. You know what I'm saying? I will give cliff notes and whatever it is. If that happens, I'm not going to ever write something. It's not my deal. I speak. That's how I communicate. But as a boy, I used to dream about a lot of things. I want to be this. I want to be this. I want to be this. But I never took action. I always had a boy mind frame. I was stuck in time. That is a definite sign of something was wrong with me. That I never considered my future. Never considered it one time. There was one fleeting moment when I was in 10th or 11th grade where I thought about graduating high school and what I would do afterwards. And it scared me so badly, I never thought about it again. So the thing is, and I went through life like that for a while, where I would just go from one thing to another thing. And that's how I would get in trouble a lot, because I would go through one bad thing to another bad thing. And that's just not a good way to live. But that's unfortunately that we have a chaotic mind. People with mental illness have a chaotic mind a lot of times. And because I'm the combination of my chaotic mind, because of me being messed up, and all of my different talents that I had no idea what I wanted to do or how to do it. I needed guidance of some sort, but even then I didn't want to listen to people. I sure as hell didn't take advice. There's just one ingredients. In fact, that's the video I'm trying to finish right now. So I would suggest for you guys, for your week, to organize your week into, it doesn't have to be these giant sections or these giant goals. Depends on how difficult your life is. Like if you have kids, it's hard. If you have multiple jobs, it's hard. But you try to prioritize things, and you have to always be aware of your own life so that you're not overwhelming yourself. Because what ends up happening is you overwhelm yourself. You stop thinking about yourself, and then you can start getting in trouble like depression. You can start getting in trouble like where like all of a sudden maybe you have one drink on Friday night, and then it starts to be Friday and Wednesdays, then Fridays, Saturdays and Wednesdays, and then all of a sudden you're loaded ass alcoholic, and you didn't even know it was slipping into you because you're so stressed out you're not thinking about it. That's how it happens, y'all. Okay. There's nothing wrong with having a drink or something after work. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that be aware of your situation. That's why be aware of your surroundings. Even the hey, what's up, Denise? Even the Bible says, "Take heed where you stand, lest ye fall." In other words, even as a Christian, you're supposed to take heed where you stand, lest ye fall. Because if you're not watching where your feet are, you're going to trip and fall. So it's great to think about your future, but you have to think about your now first. In the now, what are you going to do to take steps for your future? That's how you have to think about it. That's how I have to think about it every day. By the way, I just want to make a comment about something. I need to explain to you guys how chat works on here. All right. Chat's not for Daryl. Just so you know. Unless you ask me a direct question, I answer back. I'm on the video talking into the camera. Okay? Chat is for you guys to talk amongst each other. It's for you guys to, try to be serious about things and get in a conversation about the subject matter I'm talking about. I won't see everything, but if I do see it, I will make a comment about it. I got a tiff with Lori last night. It's like, no, I'm not going to stop my talking to address your thing unless your question has a relevance to what I'm saying now. And yet, and just like with Denise last night, asked a question, I answered her question. So just talk amongst yourselves. Anybody who's on here, just talk to each other, get to know each other. My God, I don't understand that. Anyway, but back to this. So we're about to start our week, and just to go into it, you might have a hard-ass job. Sophia has a hard-ass job. She truly does. And with her problems with her body, it's hard on her body. Okay? She doesn't get to sit down at all. She doesn't get any breaks. It's illegal, really, but she works for the federal government. They don't care about illegal or not. But like I tell Sophia every Monday, carry your ingredients, follow your steps. But more than that, like she has a plan with me, where if she ever gets stressed out, like something like that, or that she gets to a point where she needs to talk immediately, she'll step out and call me. She has done that. That doesn't always happen like that. But even if you start a hard job tomorrow, okay, and it's hard, maybe you're tired still, maybe the weekend wasn't long enough for you. It happens. I don't think the weekend was long enough for Sophia, but she's got to get up and go to work. And the way you have to look at it is, you are working, and it's only a moment. It's only a moment. Any pain you ever go through, it's only a moment. Okay? Even if it's some disease where maybe you're dying and you're in pain, eventually that pain's going to go away, and you know why. In other words, it doesn't last forever. God doesn't allow it. He doesn't want human beings to suffer. You have to think about it like that. But also, then there's the people thing. What if you have a job, we have to deal with a bunch of people, and those people annoy you on Mondays, and you know that they annoy you on Mondays? You got to know it's coming. You got to have some sort of something to get through it. And no, you can't drink before work. Just kidding. I know that on Mondays, morning times are always bad for me, man. Morning times are always bad for me. I'm not a morning person. I don't really start working till after 12. So that's why I do my Facebook Live, my Instagram Live, and I will do other things. I will do my videos in the morning, but but I don't usually start those till after 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Because I have to have my mind right. I know that I have to have that time to have my mind right. I can't do that. I can't start work like that. It isn't good for me, and it's not going to be good for you guys. And I sure wasn't going to contact you guys, DM people, talk to people when I was sick, because I would have been snappy sometimes. I'm very irritable when I'm in pain. And so when people, get underneath my skin, I get really angry, and so I would rather just not. I would rather avoid that situation. And so I have little fixes for myself. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people I notice, normal people, they go through these, they start their week and they already are saying that they're going to have a bad week, and then they have a bad week. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You got to find some joy. You got to find some joy in your life every day, because if you don't, maybe it is something, some show on Netflix. It is for Sophia. It's how she winds down. For me, it's other things. It was video games. I haven't had time recently, but I have my Xbox hooked up. So I think I'm going to start playing video games when I'm on a downtime or something like that, so that I can. First of all, video games are great for hand-eye coordination, so it's great for my hands. But two, I use video games to think. Helps me think about tactics and things like that. Helps sharpen my mind. So everybody's got to have their thing, and you have to have your thing. So I would say this. When you have struggles this week, you have to try to fight through it. You have to learn how to fight through it. You cannot give up, run away. Running away is just as bad as giving up. Even if you're intending about coming back. Because they'll just be there when you get back. Face it and deal with it. Face it and deal with it. No matter what it is, face it and deal with it, and you'll become stronger and stronger and stronger until it's no longer something that you have to fight through. Once you can get past that point, it's no longer something you have to fight through, that you're having to struggle to fight through. Getting on camera for a long time was a interesting proposal. It would take me an hour to actually put my face on there when I actually had to get on camera. And to keep in mind, that wasn't even live. Okay, that was regular video. I was still so nervous when I first got on here. And so it would take me a long time. But think about that this week. Think about your goals. Think about whatever struggles you may be getting through, having to get through, and trying to fight through that. You have to try to fight through that. So that's my message for this week. It's very simple. Just fight. And if you need help fighting, if you want to know how to fight, if you have a problem, if you don't know how to get past the situation, DM me. Talk to me about it. I can help you. Trust me. But don't just give up. Don't go into the week thinking you're already going to have a bad week, even if you know that might be true. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna get off here. Actually, I'm gonna probably get to bed here. Be safe when you're traveling. Be safe when you get there. You never know what you may find, whether it be good or bad. Just keep your eyes open. Be aware of your surroundings. Be understanding of one another, not just from your perspective, but from theirs. Be understanding of yourself too. That you have limits. That you cannot be God. You're not going to be able to do everything. It's something I've had to learn the hard way. I realized when I met Tanya that it was the first time in my life when I met Tanya that I just completely put my trust in a person I had barely met. Think about that. I hadn't even met Tanya for the first time, and I'd already knew I was going to have her do this, help me do this stuff, teach me this stuff. I can tell you that never happened before. I would have never trusted somebody I didn't know for months and months. And that's the difference between me now and me a long time ago. That's why I know I'm getting ready to hire people. So in other words, I don't have to get to know someone I hire for months and months. I have to be able to hire them. This is all good stuff for me. It's all good stuff for my mind to know. And I can't do everything. You know? I mean, how arrogant would I be if I thought I could ever do everything? And how hypocritical would I say to trust me if I can't trust you? Right? Remember, life is fleeting. You are not promised your next breath. So take now to go outside your box. do something different, and you never know what you may learn about yourself. And until tomorrow, may the Lord of Light guide you in all things. Goodbye.